everywhere, you guys, especially considering we're in the month of November. We're starting it off absolutely terrible. We are negative, knowing that the month of November is typically the best month for our crypto as a whole. You can see even our top 10 crypto, you guys, Bitcoin is down almost 7% for the week. Ethereum's down almost 10% for the week. XRP, shout out to XRP because it's not down double digits yet. BNB down 12%. Solana down 12%. Geez, Doge down 14, ADA down 14, Hype down 12, Chainlink down 12 again, you guys. So we're going to do some TA. We're going to look at where do we possibly see prices going, if this is the bottom or if we're about to move even lower. And what in the world is going on with Solana? Solana's ETF got $155 million. Who inflow really good for Sol, and Grayscale executive are saying potentially we can see a $5 billion inflow for Solana. So we're going to look at Solana's price action. Is this possibly a good time to buy Sol because of the Sol pump that might be happening very soon? And what is going on with our ETH, you guys? Now I want to talk about this article because analysts are saying Solana could potentially hit to $300. Now, Sol is currently at 175. That's almost a 2x, you guys. So that's doubling your money, 100% return if Sol is able to get to that $300 price range. Keep in mind, we were almost there. Sol was at 295 to his last all-time high. Now, here we're seeing institutions, whales, are currently buying ETH. 766 ETH that was bought, almost 30 million Ethereum. Now we know that ETH hasn't even hit $5,000 yet. So we're going to talk a little bit about ETH. ETH currently sitting at 3,700. Is this a key level to accumulate more ETH? Because historically it has bounced at this price range as a whole. Now, this is something very big to potentially end off the crypto year in a massive boom, you guys. What that is we have Governor Wallet, who calls for the Federal Reserve to cut interest rate in the month of December. Now, we know if this happens, you guys, this will be bullish for our cryptos as a whole. Right now, what polls are showing is we're at about 6.48% chance of dropping rates. Now, we know Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, said we're gonna see what happens. We might or we might not drop it, but we know if we do get that rate cut, what it's gonna do for our crypto, which is up and away. So if you guys have any crypto questions, make sure you drop them in the comment. But the first thing we're gonna go over is looking at Mama Bitcoin. Welcome to Good Morning Crypto, you guys, with your boy Naicke Kalala. Our goal here is to drop crypto gems to get your crypto wallet big, fat, and juicy. All right, first thing we're gonna go over is Mama Bitcoin. All right, Mama Bitcoin, how is she looking? Because you guys, when I look at Bitcoin right now, even though the entire market is moving down, I love what I see. I love what I see when I look at Bitcoin. And the reason why I love it, you guys, because Bitcoin is at such a crucial level right now. Bitcoin's at a crucial level of support. No, a lot of people might see them like, oh, it's bearish. Prices are going. Yes, it's bearish. Yes, prices are going down. And you're right, Tor 5,000. It is bearish because prices are moving down. But what we have to realize at this point for Bitcoin is very important, right? And the reason... All right, well, you're in the right spot because this is why I'm here. We're here to share crypto gems to help everybody learn and to level up. So let's start learning. I think it was Warren Buffett who said the beautiful quote, the more we learn, the more you earn. All right, so let's go. DJ Smooth, good morning, my brother. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the love. It's good to see you, man. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen you on the live stream. All right, so now. Jay Green, I see you in the background. Welcome, bro. Yeah, it breaks 108 support. She's going under 100K. Oh, for sure. So let's look at the price of Bitcoin right now. We're going to discuss two things. Number one, we're going to discuss what is going to happen if prices continue to move down. And then we're going to talk about how prices are going to move if things move up. You guys, that's one of the biggest mistakes I see people make in crypto, that they look at the crypto market and they only look at one side. Oh, prices are going to move down. Prices are going to move down. So now and then people panic and they sell the crypto not knowing that's such a big mistake, because the way you really maximize all these crypto movements is look at the negative, how prices are going to go if it continues moving down. But then also look at the positive and say, okay, if prices moves up, what am I going to do? And then you start putting your plan in place. Start putting different limit orders, different sell orders in case prices ends up going down or in case prices going up. So that no matter what happens, you're protected. What's up, market cap trader? Thank you for all the gifts, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, market cap trade. I know you've been here before on the live stream, man. It's been a while. I know last week you weren't here. So welcome back. All right, so now looking at Bitcoin's price movement. Right now, you guys can see Bitcoin is currently sitting at that 107K price range. Let me move my head just so everyone can see. You guys can see BTC is currently at that 107 price range, right? Let me fix my screen because I realize my screen isn't even clear. Is the screen in the right spot? I think the screen isn't. Geez, sorry about this, you guys. Get that screen set up right. I feel like that's good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. First time here. Welcome, XRP 515. All right. So yes, it's in USD. It's in USD. I always look the price target in USD, even though I don't live in the States. I'm in Canada, but if you want to crush it in crypto, you have to watch what happens in the States with crypto. Now, looking at Bitcoin, exactly where Bitcoin is most likely going to go based on how prices are at right now. All right. The first things first, you guys, is Bitcoin's actually at a major level of support. I like the level that I'm seeing Bitcoin at right now. And the reason why I love this level right now is because if you look at historically, right? If you look at Bitcoin, when Bitcoin first entered this price range, for the very first time ever, it entered this price range right here. This is the area I'm talking about. We saw that it actually consolidated. And the fact that it consolidated was really good for crypto, right? Because what did that tell us? It tells us, hey, number one, this is a strong level of support. There's a strong level of resistance, meaning two things. Meaning if we're on the bottom side, we hit this range, prices are going to end up coming back down. And that's what happened, right? We're on the bottom. We were making our way up. I think I can. Boom, got rejected, right? Attempted to come back up. I think I can. Boom, prices got rejected. And then on that third attempt, we finally came above and were able to break towards hitting a new all-time high. Now, here's the thing. Now that we've hit towards the top side of this range, every single time we see Bitcoin move towards this price range, we always see prices end up running back toward the upside. Here we can see we hit this range, we ran towards the upside, we hit it again, ran towards the upside, hit it once again, ran towards the upside, hit it once again, ran towards the upside. And we see this pattern repeating again and again and again, multiple different times. So now where are we? We've ran back into that range right here, the key accumulation range, where every time we've hit, we saw prices move back towards the upside, right? Because we know not only is this that support, but it's also just a mentally psychological level. Because when people see the price of Bitcoin sitting at this price range at 107, let me push myself down. When people see BTC at 107 USD, what are they thinking? Oh, dang, Bitcoin's almost at 100K. That's such a cheap price. Let me scoop up some Bitcoin, right? Hence why we keep seeing the bounces towards the upside. And we know when BTC bounce, what it's going to do for all of our alts is going to cause that bounce moving back towards the upside. Now, does this mean that prices are not going to move any lower and prices are going to stay here 110%? No, we can see prices move a little bit lower. And I want everyone to know that there is a chance price can move lower. So now is how low could we potentially see prices move? Now, when I look at this chart, there is two ranges I'm keeping a close eye on. Range number one is right here, right? Let me erase these different blue lines just to make it really easy for everyone to see. Range number one is this line right here. It's the 105K BTC, right? The 105K. Because when I look at the 105K, there's only been one time recently when Bitcoin's gone below that 105K, and that was right here. And during this time was because we had a massive liquidation. People were trading on crazy leverage, right? We saw prices crashing. We saw prices going down. And then after it hit that range, boom, it went up. So for me, if someone is brand new to crypto, right, and you have no idea what to do, and you're like, oh man, I want to get into a little bit of BTC. I want to buy a little bit of Bitcoin. The range I would look at to buy some BTC would be between this range right here. This price range right here, between that 105 towards that 109 BTC is when I would look to buy. Let me fix this so everyone can see. So it'd be between this range, between that 108 to 105, I would potentially look to buy a little bit more BTC. If I'm brand new to crypto and I'm just jumping in, that's the price I'm looking to buy. And I think we are going to see a bounce soon. Now, a bounce soon doesn't mean it might come today, it might come tomorrow, but I think within the next few weeks, we're going to see some type of bounce and see prices move a little bit lower. And these red days right now, where prices moving down, I just think they're buy the dip opportunities. I think they're buy the dips opportunity, and we're going to see prices run up soon within the near future. I do not think that the bull market is over and this is the time to be panicking. This is the time to be selling all your crypto. All right, well, keep buying the dip and keep going. All right, so let yo, you guys are hilarious. Harley Boy said, keep buying the dip and it keeps going down. All right, Harley, I want to teach you guys about important. I want to teach you guys an important principle about buying the dip. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny, bro. You guys are funny. So here's the thing about buying the dip. Don't just buy the dip, right? Like a lot of people in crypto just be like, buy the dip, right? Now, I specifically said when it comes to buying the dip, we buy at key levels, right? Like we buy at key levels. When Bitcoin crashes down here, like when it went like this, like there's no point of buying here. Like why would you buy here? Like this isn't a key level. If you look at the chart, this is our major range, right? This is a key level. So what I mean by key level is that we look to buy at levels that historically, based on technical analysis. And technical analysis is just like patterns, it's mathematics, it's probability, right? It's actually psychology also. Based on that, telling us, hey, I'm making a bet, but based on this bet, the data is showing me like there's a 80% chance or 70% chance, whatever, right? That prices are most likely going to move up once it's within this range, right? Like everything in life, we're taking a bet. You want to go outside? Guess what? You're taking a bet because that guy might not stop at a red light when you're walking, right? But we know, hey, it's a red light. The car looks like he's slowing down. So we want to take that bet and we still cross the street. So that's the same thing when it comes to trading, right? Yes, you're taking that bet, but you're using technical analysis, which is patterns, statistics, probability, psychology to take the bet where you're most likely going to have that outcome you desire happen. Right? So I hope that makes sense. I see you guys saying a lot of things in the chat. Did I miss anything important? Did I miss anything important? Noobs need to learn alts will burn and could have had an easy 7x just by. Okay, so Zoe, yeah, you're 100% right. Where Bitcoin didn't, well, it didn't do a 7x, it did an 8x. Bitcoin did do an 8x if you look at Bitcoin's all-time low compared to Bitcoin's this. If you look at Bitcoin's all-time low, which was 15K, right? 15K was Bitcoin's all-time low at the end, at the bottom of the bear market, and then it skyrocketed to almost 126K. But the thing is if you look at crypto, you don't, I think if you want to maximize the amount of money you want to make in crypto, is you have to, number one, play the long-term game. So buy crypto projects like Bitcoin, buy crypto projects like Ethereum, look at crypto projects like Solana, where every single cycle, they always reach all-time high, right? Like every single cycle, those crypto projects always hit all-time high, right? This isn't my personal opinion. This is facts. We can all go back and look at the historical performance since 2020, like how these crypto projects have performed, since 2017, how they've performed. So long-term, yes. Now, the other part, there's certain crypto projects that completely crush Bitcoin, like that do way better than Bitcoin, right? We know that BNB did way better than Bitcoin. We know Solana did way better than Bitcoin, right? So like exposing yourself to some of those other crypto projects so you can make as much money as possible. Now, keep in mind, there's certain crypto projects that blow up, like a lot of crypto projects that do 100x, right? Like most cryptos that do 100x, they don't sustain that and they end up crashing. So the way I view it is that if you want to make the most money in this bull market, buy some of those crypto projects clearly on pullbacks, on red days, key level of support, right? Like obviously learn how to read the chart. But also remember that a lot of those crypto projects never run back up to their all-time high. So we have to sell them, right? We go in, yo, I bought, I made money, sell. I bought, I made my money and sell. And I think that's the only reason why people get wrecked is that they buy, they hold, and they think it's gonna go up forever, or they think like there's some genius and like they know the exact date, the exact time the market is gonna tap out, and then they're gonna sell the top. It's like, as long as if you just have that mindset, hey, I made some profit, okay, I've double X, I've 3X, I've 5X, whatever it is, right? Take profit, let it go. Don't get attached to the crypto project and just take your money and keep going. All right. Well, was everything good in the chat? You guys, if someone, I'm not looking at the chat, but I'm seeing a lot of back and forth. Okay. So the one thing I'll say, you guys, no hate, positive vibes. I don't want no one being negative. Last time in the chat, there was some people hating on other people. So I just blocked them. So everyone can have different opinions. That's good because that's how we learn from each other, right? When people have different opinions, you share gems, they share gems, and we learn. But I just hope no one's going off for no reason. All right, I'm not even reading the chat because you guys are talking so much. I'm just seeing so much. Unless I see a question mark, then I'll read what you say because I know you're asking me a question. But aside from that, we're just going through what I see in the market. Now, okay. Now, for BTC, now we finished Bitcoin, right? We finished Bitcoin. There's nothing else really major I needed to say about BTC. We're already seeing a little bit of green. We're already seeing a little bit of green. But until we're out of this range, okay, so here's something I want people. I wish to invest. Someone said I wish to invest. You can definitely invest. Net. I even know how to pronounce that. Okay. It seems bullish. Time says it seems the bull run is over. All my cryptos are down. ETH, Solana, Link. What is really going up? Okay, so you have to be careful, Time. Like the way you phrase that, you said all my cryptos are down. So it seems because you have to realize it depends when you bought, right? Like you might not have bought not the best time, right? Because your crypto, but everyone, let's say for the people who end up buying Bitcoin when it was at 70K, right? When we had this massive crash, right? Those people are still up on their BTC, right? What about everyone that ended up buying Ethereum when it was at $1,000? Like those people are still up, or bought it when it was 1,200. So people are still up, right? So what I would recommend is every time I'm down on my crypto, I look and be like, okay, where did I go wrong? Like, did you buy during the pump? Did you buy at all-time high? Did you buy because you were getting emotional? Everyone's saying cryptos was going to skyrocket. So you have to look at that, number one. Now, it seems like the bull market is over. All my cryptos are down. Solana, Link. What is really going on? Okay, so I'm going to explain you guys something important with crypto because everyone has to realize this. When this happened, okay, number one, this happened. This was crazy manipulation. This was and liquidation, right? So it was a combination of two things, liquidation and manipulation. I'm not going to go into exactly what it was, but it was those two. This downtrend, right, was mainly liquidation. Okay, that's what it was. It was mainly liquidation, right? For those who don't know what liquidation is, drop it in the chat and I'll explain it. Say, I don't know and I'll explain it. This was liquidation. If you look at the history of crypto, every single time you have a movement like this, the market always does some type of consolidation for a very long period of time. So when I say long period of time, not long, but like it might consolidate for even 1 or 2 months. So what that means is it might move sideways. And that's what we're seeing, right? We saw liquidation, we saw run up, liquidation, and now we're seeing consolidation. Like we're seeing this sideways movement, right? And this happens a lot of times after a huge crash. Now, we know this crash is because of Trump and China and trade war situation, right? Look at this. Same thing happened here, right? This was because of Trump trade war situation. And when did this consolidation start? This started in February, right? And went all the way up until April. Sideways movement, right? So a lot of these sideways movement, and then boom, prices went. Same thing with COVID. If you look at COVID, the same thing happened. Price ended up dropping, a lot of sideways movement. We can even go back to the last bull market. Look at the FTX collapse, right? Right here, the FTX collapse. Oh my gosh, FTX, blah, blah, blah. For everyone who was in crypto back in that time, 2020, 2021, when this happened, right? What happened? Massive consolidation, and then price went up and it consolidated for what? A month and a half, 2 months, and then prices moved toward the upside. So right now we're in that phase where prices had this massive drop, right? Prices moved down because of liquidation, manipulation, blah, 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 blah. So just expect prices to move sideways for quite a bit before we start seeing like either really a strong move up or a strong move down. Now, in my personal opinion, I think we are going to move after this is over. After all of this is over, boom, 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 we're going to see a move toward the upside. That's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on we are going to see a move toward. Thank you for all the likes that are coming in, bro. I see you guys giving a lot of likes. You guys are showing a lot of love. I appreciate that. I think we're going to see a massive move where prices really run toward the upside. And the reason why I see that is because the Federal Reserve just injected $50 billion into the crypto market. Like, did you guys notice that? Did anyone see that this weekend? The Federal Reserve invested. They just added 50 billion. Not the crypto market. My mistake. They just injected $50 billion into the economy. That's liquidity. That is very, 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 very good for the market, right? What does that do for the prices of our crypto? Boom. We want liquidity and we want rate cuts. Now, number two thing, we know that there are people that are pushing Donald Trump, pushing for the Federal Reserve to reduce rates. And what does that do? It increases liquidity, adds more liquidity to the market, right? Now, we also know that the Federal Reserve talked about ending quantitative tightening. Have you heard of the Elliott wave theory? Yeah, I know the Elliott wave theory, right? We know that the Federal Reserve wants to end quantitative tightening. Okay, so Danny, I've heard of the Elliott wave theory, but based on where we are right now in the world of crypto, we're heavily leaning more towards like the politics that's affecting crypto versus just the TA that's affecting crypto, right? Because if you base it, for example, like this massive crash, right? Like no one could have seen this crash happen, right? And this happened because of political affair, different countries and their relationships and all that, right? That's why it happened. So right now, I think the number one factor that's going to move the market is based on the Fed saying we're ending quantitative tightening, we're implementing quantitative easing, and we're buying this much, injecting this much money in the market. I think that's the biggest factor that's really going to cause crypto to pump. Is it near too late to learn this, to be honest? No, it's not too late to learn at all. Why would it be? It's not too late. Let me narrative. People were saying Bitcoin was over when Bitcoin hit $20,000, right? Like back in the days, right? When Bitcoin hit, people were saying it was over for crypto when this happened, right? Back in the days, 2017, late 2018, when Bitcoin hit, no, it wasn't here. It was right here. Yeah, it was here, right? No, it wasn't here either. It was, this isn't even Bitcoin. That's why I'm like, what in the world is that? It was right here, this crash. So Bitcoin ended up skyrocketing to $20,000, right? It went from $20,000. People were super hype. Everyone was really happy. And then Bitcoin had a massive crash and prices came all the way down. Prices came down to almost $30,000. Right here, people were saying it's over for crypto. It's over for crypto. Like, it's done. It's too late. Bitcoin went from 20,000 to 30,000. Ha ha ha. You guys are done. Good morning. Good morning. You guys are done. But what happened? For everyone that bought Bitcoin at 30,000, prices end up running back up, pull back again, but whoop, look at that. Whoop, right? Prices end up skyrocketing again. And then what happened, right? We had this pullback. This was FTX, the crash, the whole crazy crypto scandal. And then whoop, ran back up to another all-time high. And then what happened? And then we had the bear market and Bitcoin crashed all the way down to 15K price range right here. And people were like, oh, it's going to 10K, it's going to 5K, blah, blah, blah. We're giving insane price prediction. We all know that was false. And then what happened? We skyrocketed to 100K and it hit 100K. And some people were like, it's over, it hit 100K. Pull back, boom, skyrocket to a new 100K. So one thing I've learned with crypto, I don't think, so to answer your question, I don't think it's late. Like, I think crypto is here to stay. Governments are getting into it. Institutions are getting into it. Small businesses, large businesses. Like, they just launched last week a Solana ETF. Last week, they just launched a Solana ETF. So if you're someone where you think you're behind in crypto, you're not behind. You don't think it's over. You can still learn these things and you can still crush it in crypto. You can still learn and crush it in crypto. And if that's you, check the link in the bio. You guys are having a free crypto class. All right. Interesting. You think Bitcoin's going to drop to 98K to 76K? Well, that's a pretty large range. Um, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, that's a really large range. Like a 20K price difference, and Danny. So, oh, you think it's gonna go up to 127K, and then after it goes up to 127K, then it's gonna crash down to 98 to 76K? Is that what you think? Is that your prediction? All right. So we just talked about Bitcoin. Now we're gonna move on to Solana. Um, Now with our Sol. Now I wanted to just talk about Sol because the Solana ETF recently came out and the Solana ETF is doing really good. How do you estimate? Hey, what up, amigo? How you doing, broski? How you doing? Hope you got a blessed weekend. How do you estimate it closer? I don't really understand what you're saying, narrative. I might have to rephrase that question. Don't really get it. But I want to talk a little bit about Solana. Rephrase your question, then I'll answer it because I don't really get what you're saying. Now, I want to really talk about Solana having its ETF. Now, we know one of the reasons why Bitcoin did so well this bull market, why it crushed it, was because Bitcoin had an ETF, right? Institutions were I'm gulping that, like they were drinking that bad boy like it was like delicioso. Who says that? Yeah, I'm delicioso. Isn't that Dora? I think that's Dora. I'm pretty sure that's Dora. You guys let me know. Isn't that from Dora? I'm pretty sure that's Dora. Like, delicioso. Jeez, huh? That's when you know. I got my family who comes over every day. Like I got my nephews and nieces come over every day. But so here's the thing with Sol. I like Sol. I love Solana. Low key, right? It's done me really well. Bought it when it was really cheap. Like it was bought it under $5. And Sol currently is at that $175 price range, right? Now, with Sol being up here, you guys, Sol's actually at a really good spot. And the reason why I say it's at a really good spot is because if you look at Sol, right? Every time we've seen Sol get around this range, we've seen typically a nice little bounce towards the upside. Fair value, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Crypto glue, what's up? What's up? So this is why I like Sol. Number one, Sol is one of those crypto projects, and we're gonna talk about Sol because what's happening for Sol is actually important. Sol is one of those few crypto projects where every single cycle it always reaches a new all-time high, right? We all know that every single cycle, Sol reaches an all-time high, meaning it's in that elite category. Like crypto project that I consider, Bitcoin's on a category of its own, right? Like Mama Bitcoin, like bro, she's elite. She controls the market. If she's having a good day, everyone's having a good day. If she's having a bad day, everyone's gonna have big. So let's put Bitcoin on its own category. Now let's talk about the crypto project that go up every single bull run. As in, like you could be the worst crypto trader in the world. You have no idea what you're doing. You are like a baby. Like you have no idea, and you just buy Solana. Historically, Solana has proven it will always go higher than the price you bought it at. Right? Now, check. That's one huge check mark. The other thing I like about Sol right now is that Solana just got its ETF. On its first day of launch, it did just under $70 million. Now, the Solana ETF attracts 155 million as Grayscale executive. It attracts 155 million, right? And there's still other Solana ETFs that people are still waiting. This is a spot ETF. This is in the future, meaning people have to go and actually buy Solana. Like they actually have to go and buy Solana, right? So now that we have institutions getting into Solana, when we already saw Solana hit an all-time high last bull market, we saw Solana hit an all-time high this bull market already. And now, institutions are getting into it, where prior to all of Solana's massive pump, this is when Solana hit its last all-time high, right? This was just you and me. It was you, me, brothers, uncles, family, coworkers, like it was us. But now institutions are getting in. That is why I'm very, very, very bullish on Solana as a whole. Now, looking at Solana's short-term movement, that's what we're going to take a peek at. Solana, well, geez, you guys, this isn't even Sol. This is Bitcoin. Now, Solana is currently at this price right here. Let me show everybody can see. Can anyone see the price range, or is my head covering it? Sometimes I can't even see because my head's covering the price range. Let me move myself. All right, everyone could see Sol's sitting right there, that 175. 175, okay? Oh. There's 40 people in the chat. I can't even see how many people are in the chat right now. Justin said 40 people in the chat. Type 1 for the bull. Type 2 for the bear. A lot of people right now are just driving, because I know you guys are just driving. You guys are at work. All right, so let's talk about Sol real quick. All right, you guys. Really, amigo, you think it's a bear market? Okay, wait, okay. Chat. Everybody in the chat. I actually want to know this. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you think the bull market is over. You think, hey man, like crypto's over, everything's crashing, everything like is done, right? Put a 1 if you think everything is done. It's done. Put a 2 if you're like things are gonna go up higher. Things are gonna go up. My guy, how was your weekend? Jeff, what's up, my brother? My weekend was blessed. It was good, right? Chilling with the wifey. All right, we got more 2s. Twos. Big Mike with a 2. See you, Big Mike. 2. Bright 2. Mike with a 2. Briz with a 2. Jonathan with a 1. Narrative with a 2. Okay. So it seems like that some of you guys commented more than once. So you guys are throwing off like I'm trying to like just take a glance to see like which ones are more people voting towards. But some of you guys put more than once. So it's confused me. I think 2. All right, so 2. It seems like it's 50-50. That's wild. It seems like it's 50-50. Seems like it's 50-50. Nathan, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, no, Jonathan. Jonathan, three. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Okay. 1.5. 3.8. Okay. I just wanted to see what most people think. If you guys thought prices were gonna crash, or if you guys thought prices are gonna go up higher. When do you think the bull market will come? When do I think the bull market will come? Well, we've been in the bull market for the past 2 years, right? We've been in the bull market for the past 2 years. If you look at crypto, um, if you look at Bitcoin, when did the bull market start? Let's take a scroll and scroll out and find out. If you zoom out, you can see this was the bull market back in the 2020 bull market, if you were in crypto during that time. And then prices ended up crashing, right, in 2023, and it went all the way down to 15K, right? Now, since that 2022, since 2022, right? So for the past 2 years, prices of Bitcoin has been going up, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, XRP, like the entire crypto market has been going up for 2 years now, right? So this isn't my theory, right? Anyone can go on the internet and look at the chart and see it for yourself. So for the past 2 years, we've been in a bull market. Prices have been going up as a whole. So I just think that right now, though, you just have to be a little bit more strategic if you're looking to make money in the short term, right? If you're looking to make money in the long term, well, it's pretty easy. Long term versus short term profit. I think we were talking about Solana. That was the next crypto project on the list. So let's take a quick peek at Sol. How Sol is moving, because let's tell everyone is closing out. Will that hype when we sell? What? Thank you for the follow, John. I appreciate the follow. But no alt season. Cardano said no alt season. We've had peaks of alt season, right? Like we've had peaks of alt season. So what I mean by we've had peaks of alt season, if you look at our altcoin index, right? What it does is it pretty much measures. Okay, so here's the thing with alt season. I feel like one thing I've learned, like, is one thing when you're in crypto, right, and you're doing your thing in crypto. Once I started like actually sharing everything that's helped me like achieve my crypto goals on social media, and I started getting, some people started following me. I started to realize that so much people have different definitions of the same thing, right? So someone said no alt season. So what's your definition of alt season? It has to be something that we can quantify. So then we can go check alt season or X not alt season. Now, in most standard terms, if you look at most platforms, the way we quantify alt season is the top 70 to 75 crypto projects outperforming Bitcoin, right? So the top 100 crypto projects, right? This is how alt season is measured. So for everyone talks about alt season, like, right? So this is how alt season works. You look at Bitcoin, which is the #1 crypto by market cap, and then you look at the top 100 crypto project all the way here, 100, and you look at how many of them are outperforming Bitcoin. So when we go here at our altcoin season index, we'll see, okay, so out of our top 100 crypto project in the past 90 days, only these ones are outperforming Bitcoin. But the thing is, if we look at our alt season chart, alt season is when 70 to 75 out of the top 100 crypto projects are outperforming Bitcoin. And we actually hit that mark. Here you can see alt season, top 75. We hit that mark right here. You can see a little bit better on this chart. Right here, we hit it. We hit alt season, right? Boom. And then we hit it again right here. We hit alt season, right? Because we have to have a way, clear metric. We have to have a clear way to quantify it. Or else it's like, oh, what's alt season? Well, until the crypto that I bought does 100x. No, because you could have bought in a terrible crypto project, right? You could have bought an amazing one. And let's say it didn't do 100x. Let's say it did 90x. Is it not all season? That crypto project you bought did 90x because it didn't do 100. It's not all season, right? So this is what I mean. Like we have to be careful with the whole when people say all season, right? We have to find clear metrics just to know. Now, do I think crypto's over and prices are gonna crash and our alts are done? No, I don't think that. Prices are going down right now. Yeah, it's going down. Prices go up and down every single day. But I do think we still have another wave. I think we're still going to see prices consolidate and then it's going to run up. That is what I am betting on. Now, could I be completely wrong and prices crash and it's absolutely over? Yeah, there is a chance I'm wrong. But that's where risk management comes into play. So what I mean by risk management is if I invest, because people say this rule, which doesn't make sense to me. Well, it kind of does, but people be like, invest money that you're willing to lose. All right, so let's say I invest $5,000. I'm not going to wait till my $5,000 hits $0 for me to leave the position. I'm not going to do that, right? Like, why would you do that? But if I do want to make money in the short term, if I put in $5,000, my $5,000 now turned into 4,500. I'd be like, okay, no way, this crypto isn't performing well. I'll take my money out. Okay, I lost 500 bucks, but I still have $4,500. And I'll look for maybe another setup, another great crypto opportunity, and then I'll buy that crypto. And then hopefully I make my 500 bucks back and it continues to run higher and I make more money, right? So that's what you do when you're like, I'm not really sure if prices are going to go up or down. Simply assess the market. It depends what your goal is. Making money in the short term, making money in the long term. There's more short term making money. Is that you will assess the market, find a good level, which, hey, every time prices hit this range, it always runs towards the upside. All right, we found that range, which is for Solana, because we're talking about Sol. For Sol, it's around this range right here, because every time Sol hits this range, it hit this range, it ran up, hit it again. We see skyrocket, ran toward the upside, hit it again, it ran up, hit it again, it ran up, and now it hit back this range. So if I'm in this to make money in the short term, and I'm like, oh man, I like Solana. Solana just got its thinking ETF. Institutions are now starting to buy Sol. Sol is really fast. Sol's really cheap. Sol has layer 2 NFTs, blah, 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 blah. Then, hey, let me buy Sol right here. It makes sense to buy it here because of Sol's historical performance every time it hits this range. Right? So that's how you play the game. And if Sol drops a little bit below your level of comfortability, then sell a little bit. And then buy back in when you see Sol hit the next major level of support, which would be Sol at that 155-ish price range. So I hope what I'm saying makes sense. I hope you guys can maybe take some of this and just apply it to your crypto journey, whatever your goal might be, making your first $1,000 or maybe making your first 10K, or some of you already passed 10K, making your first 50K, 100K, $1,000,000. I don't know, whatever it is. But I hope that helps. If that helps, let me know. Put a fire emoji if you're like, that was good, bro. That was some good sauce you just dropped, Naicke. Someone said, thank you. Cut losses early and let winners run. Big Mike, you already know, bro. Big Mike, you already know. You're always on point, bro. Oh my goodness, you guys, there's a Shake Shack that opened up near my house right now. So I'm taking the wife out to Shake Shack. Shake Shack. All right, we got one fire emoji. Thank you. Ready? I literally asked the wife, I'm like, you want to go on a date night? Like, you want to do a lunch because it's Monday? I'm like, you want to do like a lunch date? Like a nice restaurant? She's like, let's just do Shake Shack. I'm like, Shake Shack? I'm like, okay. Fire emoji, fire emoji. Thank you, thank you. And I got a bunch of likes. You guys are showing likes. I like that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I like that. I like that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. You guys, remember, link in the bio for the free crypto training. If you want to be a part of that free crypto training where I'm dropping the crypto sauce, the crypto gems, right? But I'm really sharing the strategy that really allowed me to crush it in crypto. All right, especially if you're someone who works on 9 to 5 and you're like, man, like I don't have hours to spend on the computer. I don't have hours to try to crush it, learn how to do this, but I still want to do it, then that'll be really good for you. Let me So that would be right here, you guys. The link in the bio right here. You click here. You click here. For every time I finish a live stream, I get messages. Hey, how do I? Yeah, it's always the link in the bio. Link in the bio. You click right there. There's weird pop up or show up, and then voila. How everyday people are earning six figures in crypto without quitting their jobs using these three simple secrets. All right. So, and lastly, I just want to say this is one thing I've learned in crypto is that ignore everyone who says crypto is stupid and you can't crush it and you can't do well. I'll tell you guys a little story. I'll never forget this day. I was playing basketball with all my boys, and like like everyone, like all a lot of my close friends, like we all did well in life. We did well in the sense like everyone got into universities, everyone ended up getting good jobs, like everyone's earning six figures, like everyone has their wives now, everyone's married, like everyone's doing pretty well, right? Like on the world standard, like of hey, I'm doing well, like everyone's typically doing well. And then I remember when I kind of got sick of the 9 to 5, and I'm like, man, like I didn't like it. And even though at the time I was working for one of like the best, I was working for a company. It was a good company. Like they're ranked one of the best companies in the country. Like they give you a lot of benefits. Like you get breakfast, you get lunch. They always take you out to dinner to super expensive restaurants. Like they pay for your cell phone, you get your laptop. Like if you're driving, they pay for your parking. They give you a lot of benefits. But bro, when companies treat you that well, they expect you to work like crazy. Like when they treat you that well, they have very high expectations. So then I remember I reached a point where like I really, it was like on the outside, it was like, man, this is what for anyone who works at a really big company, you guys know how it is. Like they treat you really well, but bro, the workload and their expectations are out of this world. So I remember I was leaving my house at 7 in the morning. So I was getting up, not even, yeah, I was leaving my house at 7 in the morning, and I was getting home at 8:30. And I'm like, bro, is this really gonna be the rest of my life? I'm like, I hated it. So one Saturday we were playing ball with all my boys, da da da, and everyone, like I said, everyone's doing fairly good. And I said, I think I'm gonna leave the 9 to 5, and I'm gonna blow up with investing and trading. And I remember one of my boys, he worked at Google. He was an engineer at Google. He was doing really well. He laughed at me. I'm like, yo, John. He laughed. He's like, no, 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 no. Like, okay, good luck. He laughed at me. The fast forward, you guys, when I started crushing it in crypto, no one knew. People only found out because I started posting all of my investment properties. Because I started doing well with crypto. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with my money? So I started buying a bunch of real estate. I started flipping a bunch of properties and everything. And I posted, like, I don't post my, like, you shouldn't do whatever you want, but I don't think you should post your money. So I started posting all the property every time I get a property. Bro, John was the first one to message me and be like, yo, bro, I noticed you're posting all these properties. Like, how do you do it? Like, how did you do it? Like, can you show me? How are you doing it, bro? And I'm like, and it was like a full circle where like he, I have to end the live stream. So it was full circle. And then, long story, I heard something, you guys. Okay, all right, it's settled. I heard something that maybe we might have to end the live stream, but I can keep going. Um, so long story short, he was the first one to be like, "Yo, can you help me? Can you show me?" So my whole point of saying that story is like, bro, if you want to do something, if you want to learn this, and you want to do well at this, you can. All you have to do is take time to actually learn it. And whatever your goal is, like I said, whether it's I want to make enough money to pay off. Good morning, Nana. Good morning. Whether it's make enough money to pay off all your student loan, which was my goal because I went to university, got a bunch of debt, right? Finally able to pay off my student loan or get your first investment property or just make your first 10K or get your first 50K or 100K. Whatever your goal is, you can do it. And if someone's there laughing at you, bro, they might laugh at first, but sooner or later, like they'll be like, all right, man, like he did it or she did it or whatever. So you can definitely crush it. You can definitely crush it and you can achieve your goal. Did you teach yourself? I didn't teach myself. Part of it was self-education. Another part was I ended up seeing this guy. He had like a really nice car. Every time I saw him, this guy had like a brand new car. And my wife knew his wife. And then I ended up asking him like, and my wife told me he traded, and I ended up asking him like, how the heck do you make so much money? Like bro, every time I see you have a brand new car. And then he told me he traded. I'm like, you trade? And he's like, yeah. So every time I walked into church, I see this guy with a brand new car, and I'm like, what the heck, bro? Like, and I see him with new cars all the time. And then I found out he traded, and he's like, I'll show you if you want me to. I'm like, yeah, cool. So then I saw him trade, and like in 15 minutes, he made what I was making, like my salary at my super nice company, blah blah blah. He literally made my entire yearly salary in like 15 minutes. And I saw him do it. It's one thing when you see someone like on social media make money, like you see a reel or a short, whatever, a YouTube video. It's different when they're right beside you in real life and you see them do it. And I saw him do it, and I'm like, he just made my entire yearly salary. And I'm like, you have to teach. I'm like, you have to teach me. Teach me, please. I like, please teach me. And I don't have time. I'm like, please, please, please. So he like, it was, I had to pay him a lot. I convinced him to finally teach me. I had to pay him a lot of money. A lot of money to finally teach. A lot. Not like $1,000 or $2,000. Not like, oh, 10K, 15K, 20K. Like I had to pay him a lot of money to finally teach me. And then he taught me, and within that first year of him teaching me, I was able to like whatever I earned in my 9 to 5, I 10x that from learning from him. And yeah, and then from there, yeah, it was over. Um, uh, the users yourself, they all laughed at me back in 2019. Big facts, bro. They laughed back then, and then after they're like, "Oh dang, how'd you do it?" So it's like, keep on going, bro. Just keep on going. It's definitely worth it. Keep on going. Keep on going. All right, you guys. So if you guys want to learn from me, the free crypto class, the link is in the bio right there on my TikTok. Links in the bio. Just click right there. Voila. This weird pop-up will show up. And right there's the link for the free crypto class that I'll be having. Boom. All right. So now back to Solana, because I think we're talking about Solana. Uh, Good investment. It was a great investment, man. I honestly think, I think it's Alex Ramosi. I don't know if you guys know who Alex Ramosi is. So I really like this guy. Does anyone know who Alex Ramosi is? I really respect this guy, man. This man's elite. So for anyone who knows him, anyone know this guy? Well, I hope you guys know him. He's super dope. Though one thing he said something that was so fire. He said something that was so fire. He's like, what did he say? Um, he said, you'll get the highest return not investing in the facts. Facts, Alex Ramosi is the GOAT. Facts, Alex Ramosi is the GOAT of business. Okay, so he said something that was fire. He said, you get the greatest investment not investing in the S&P, but investing in the SME. It sounds kind of cheesy, and I'm like, what the heck, SME? He says because when you invest in the S&P 500, on average, it gives you like 8% return on your investment across like whatever 10 years or something. But he says, but when you invest in me, the SME, meaning you invest in yourself, the return on your investment is uncapped. Like there is no average 8% return you can get when you invest in yourself, right? Like 1 year you can get 8% return. Next year you can get 100%. The next year after that you can get 1,000%. Like Alex Ramosi talks about like being broke, like his bank accounts being in the negatives, and then just grinding. Next month he made 50K. Next month after that he made 100K. Next month after that he made 200K. And then he was 26 years old making like, I don't know, like $30 million a year at like 27 years old. I'm like, bro, I wasn't making that. Like 30, like what in the world? So this guy's mentality just about life and the way he views things and he views businesses, he's amazing. He's elite. Like he's elite, bro. Yeah, definitely. If you understanding the fear and greed indicator, you can definitely do well. We can even talk about that. So yeah, I just remember that. And then Warren Buffett talked about the same thing, right? Warren Buffett is also a billionaire. He just said the more you learn, the more you earn, right? So like I'm just a huge advocate of invest time in yourself. And if you have no money and you're dead broke, bro, you're use YouTube. YouTube is at least some type of education, right? Use YouTube, right? If you're like, man, I have no money, if you can see me right now, it means you're on data or you're on Wi-Fi. So use YouTube because it's better than nothing. All right. So now the next crypto project on Solana. Whoa. Solana just dropped even lower. What is this insane liquidation that's happening right now? Look at this drop toward the downside, 169. Let's see if it'll bounce here. What time is it? It is almost 10. So the market should slow down in the next 30 minutes by 11 p.m. 11 a.m. I want to see how this bounces. We already significantly overextended on the Bollinger Band. Are we fully reset yet? Oh, there we go. We got a full reset. This will be good. This will be really good. This has to be, let me see. This is probably, let's take a look at our, that's why. No, let's focus on, okay, that's why. You see? This is why the market's going down. People are losing money. You see this? You guys already know this. I saw this crypto chart a lot, right? This is people being emotional, FOMO, people that don't have a lot of experience, right? Where we have to know after the market crashes, it moves sideways, right? But the market moving sideways, there's a lot of people who are doing this. They're taking 100x leverage, 100x leverage, meaning you're putting in $1,000, but you're trading with $100,000. So borrowed money, right? Borrowed money, 100x leverage, and you're saying, hey, I think crypto is going to go up. When people have it on the green, they're betting prices are going to go up. You think these exchanges, these market makers, these boogeyman and his crew are chilling there in the back and be like, oh, I see Quincy and Clinton, I see James, and I see Jose, I see, Jessica, I see Chanel, and I see Ashley. I see them working so hard, putting their money in crypto. So I want to make sure they make money. No. They see us doing 100x leverage. They see us doing 50x leverage. They don't want to pay us out, so they push prices down. Hence why we're seeing prices of crypto going down. They push prices down and it causes liquidation. It causes all these people to exit their money, especially if you're doing cross margin, and it makes sure that they lose everything. They lose everything. That's why I always say, especially if you're new to crypto, don't trade on leverage. Don't worry about trading on leverage, because the problem with leverage trading, that is one of the best ways to lose all your money. Avoid leverage trading and just use the money you have, so that when things like this happen, right? Sorry, when you see things like this happen with the crypto market, is just moving down. Like this is a huge red candlestick. Look at Solana. Solana is just dropping like crazy right now. Prices are just crashing down. You're not getting liquidated. You'll still be okay. Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Justin. We're seeing prices crash right now as we speak. Boom, prices are moving down. What is leverage trading? Leverage trading is when you are trading on borrowed money. So if you have $10,000 and you put $10,000 in, that is your money, right? Leverage trading is like your credit card. Your credit card is in your money, right? You're using that money. Well, guess what? The bank's gonna say every 21 days, hey, you owe us this money. And if you don't owe us this money, then they charge you interest, right? But with leverage trading is different. You'll say, hey, I'm gonna take this borrowed money and I think prices are gonna go up with this borrowed money. So then you borrow money, you say prices are gonna go up. And when exchanges see that there's a lot of people who are on borrowed money thinking prices are going to go up, by the way, they can see when you're on borrowed money thinking prices are going to go up, right? They're able to see that. So once they see that, oh, you think prices are going to go up, then they'll do what they can to push prices down. And when they push prices down, you end up getting liquidated. So in other words, you lose all of your money. To keep it simple, like this is the easiest way of explaining it. You lose all of your money. Market's probably waiting for the Fed to cut rates and momentum shutdown. Yeah, I think there's a few things that's gonna happen, Big Mike. And I was mentioning this in my private community yesterday, and I said it, hey, um, do I think prices are gonna go down? Yeah, definitely. Prices can definitely go down. But the major thing that we need to see is this, right? Number one, I want to see the government open back up, obviously, just for data purposes. Uh, Number one, we're going to get that rate cut, and we're gonna get quantitative easing. I think it's gonna happen. We're gonna get a rate cut, or we're gonna get quantitative easing, and after that happens, we're gonna see the market pump, right? And the reason why when prices crash, I'm not worried is because you have good risk management, right? Every time prices was running up, Bitcoin hit all time high, we took profit. Every time that crypto project you bought pumps, you take profit. Go down even more. Will that affect crypto? Call me. What do you mean will that affect crypto? Will the Federal Reserve dropping rates affect crypto? 110% will affect crypto. It'll affect crypto. It'll affect stocks. It affects our mortgages. It affects everything. It affects everything. Uh, all right. So now, so does that mean it will go down even more? No, it's the opposite. Okay, so I have a question. Hang on, because that kind of threw me off. Your question threw me off. Okay, everyone in the chat, do you guys understand rate cuts? Put a yes if you understand it, or put a no. Like, do you understand rate cuts and how it affects the price of crypto? Because I'm talking about it like everyone understands. So if you guys don't understand, then it's just my job to explain it. No, no. All right, so we got two no's. No. Short term, it can make it dump. No. All right. So, all right. Since you guys said no, okay, I'm gonna explain how rate cut works, just so everyone understand these concepts. Because if you want to make money in crypto, you have to understand this. You have to, because this is important. Like, this is one of those, like, you have to know how it works. Okay, so this is called the Fed Rate Monitor Tool. All this tells us is the Federal Reserve. All right, never mind. Let's go even simpler than this. All right, let's go even simpler than this so everyone gets it. All right. Imagine you have a credit card. We all have credit card. Most people all have credit card, right? Let's say your credit card company says, "Hey, the interest rates on your credit card is 1%." Meaning, if you were to spend $1,000, you pay 1% interest on the $1,000, right? Now, if okay, no, let's do a really easy example, even easier. Let's say your credit card company says, "Hey, there's 0% interest on all the money you spend on your credit card," meaning your credit card is $1,000. You spend $1,000, you don't have to pay the bank any money for borrowing their money. 0% interest. You pay zero money for borrowing the bank's money. So what are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna borrow more money because you're not paying anything to borrow the money, right? All right. Now, if the bank now says, "Hey, we have 100% interest on all the money you borrow," so you borrow $1,000, you have to pay back $1,000. You borrow $1,000,000, you have to pay back $1,000,000, right? So with high interest rate, it makes people not want to borrow money because you have to pay back so much. Low interest rates, zero, makes you want to borrow money because you don't have to pay any interest, right? All right. So the Federal Reserve, right? They pretty much determine interest rates. They let's just keep it simple. They determine interest rate. So if they say, "Hey, we're dropping interest rates, meaning you can borrow money, right, at a cheaper rate, zero interest rate, like, right? So if they drop interest rates, in other words, cut rates, make it lower, more people want to borrow money. So banks will want to borrow more money. That would mean that businesses can borrow more money from the banks, right? Because it's cheap. Then businesses can hire more people. They can expand and build new products and build more offices and buildings because they can borrow money for so cheap, which now flows the economy. More money's flowing, right? Versus when they increase it, now people don't want to borrow money, right? So that's what we want. We want interest rates to go down. We want cut rates because it makes it easier to borrow money, to spend money. And the more money that we borrow, the more things we can do, the more things we can buy. So when interest rates is low, people buy more stocks, businesses buy more stocks, businesses invest more in crypto, invest more in stocks, which pumps the prices up. High interest rate, businesses don't buy as much stocks. They don't buy enough crypto. They put their money in like gold and save assets, blah, blah, blah. Does that kind of explain it for everyone? Does everyone understand the concept now? Put a yes if you get it. I'm pretty sure I explained it clear enough. I hope I did. Yes. Okay, great. Only one person gets it because there was like three, four, five of you guys who didn't really. Yes, Frank said yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you for the follow, Ryan. I appreciate that. Yes. What are your thoughts on XRP? I hear a lot about it. Is it the best? Is the best? What is the best to trade? Is day trade? Yeah. Big Mike, will you consider refinancing mortgages when they drop rates? Oh yeah. There's a thing with the states is like you guys are in such a good spot because you guys can lock in your rates for like 10 billion years, right? Where in Canada not as much. But yeah, always like when they drop rates, like during COVID time, come on. Come on. Can you explain it in relationship to crypto? Can I explain what in relationship to crypto? I think I just did. Like I just explained how interest rates relates to crypto, right? Interest rates is cheap. Then we want to borrow more money. Because you can borrow more money for so cheap, it makes people take more riskier things. So then that's why people invest in crypto and invest in stocks. And they call those risk on assets. That's why they say, oh, interest rate is low. People accumulate more risk on assets. When interest rate is high, then people now lean towards safer assets. That's why they go and they buy things like gold, right? Because gold typically is considered a less riskier asset. Can you please give me some info about brokers? No, ESI, don't focus on day trading. If you're brand new, don't focus on day trading. You shouldn't focus on day trading. Yeah, so okay, so the easiest term, yeah. So when rates are low, people will borrow money and use that money to do more stuff. So just okay, so easy way to remember this. Rates are low, crypto goes up. Rates are high, crypto goes down. Good morning, Nathan. Low rates means crypto and stocks goes up. High rates means crypto and stocks moves down. So just think opposites. Low rates, up stocks, up crypto. Up rates, down stocks, down crypto. Good morning, Nathan. Morning, Nathan. Good morning, Lit. I appreciate that. Uh, for if you want to learn, you guys just I have number one. I post a lot. Look, if you want to learn, just you guys are all here on my bio, right? You guys are all here on my bio. You guys can click right here. Boom. Right, you get this weird pop-up. I don't know why it comes up. Just click OK anyway. I mean, open anyways. And then just sign up here. If you have an email address and a name, sign up for the crypto class that I'll be having. You'll get an email that'll send you the Zoom link for the crypto training. And there, I'll be there, share all my gems. And you guys will learn. We'll have the Q&A. I share like strategy 1, 2, 3 you can actually implement. Frankly, I already registered. I'm done. Is it true that the Fed's going to appoint a new chairman and he is crypto pro? Are they working on? Yeah, Mike. Honestly, that's something that's been a rumor for a really long time. So it's not. Yeah. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get a new head of a new chairman for the Fed. Trump is the one who's pushing for someone who's very, very pro drop rates. So it's not necessarily like pro crypto, it's more pro Trump's ideology. Now, by default, Trump's ideology is pro crypto. Trump is very, very pro crypto. And by default, if the person, whoa, my hand feels naked, bro. I just realized my finger, I just touched my finger here and I'm like, what's going on? It felt weird. And it's because I took off my wedding ring because I was working out and I didn't put it back on. Jeez, gotta keep that bad boy on. Okay, yeah, Jerome Powell isn't gonna be there forever. It's not gonna be there too long. And whoever they put in, I think is definitely gonna align with Trump's ideology, and it's gonna be good in the sense of dropping rates and drop crypto. Next off for BTC is 103. Yeah, it's almost there. With BTC chilling out right now. 106. Jeez. 106. 106. BTC gonna hit 98K. It might hit 98K, right? It might hit 98K, right? The next level is really 103. The next level for BTC is 103. And the reason why you can know the next level for BTC is 103 because if you look at BTC last time it crashed below here, it went down to right here. And what price range is this? Is 103, right? So the next level would be 103. So 103 is the next price range. Now after 103, then we can look at below 100K. Then we can look at towards below 100K. But 103 is the next stage. And what we have to realize, even if we hit that 103, we still have this range right here. Yeah, we'll see. So 103, then 100K. So wait to buy at 103. I wouldn't. Okay, so if you want to buy BTC, I wouldn't wait for it to hit 103. Right? And I tell people this. So, okay. So I want you guys to kind of like do this principle, right? So everyone understand this because I want everyone to learn this because this will help you make money in crypto. Okay. All right. One of the biggest things I do, and I realize a lot of people don't do in crypto, is do the math. Like do the math. And here we're going to do the math together because and I always say this to everyone in my private community. I'm like, don't chase the crumbs when you can have a buffet. Don't chase the crumbs when there's a buffet, right? So here's what I mean. All right, let's go to Bitcoin. All right, let's say you're investing in 5,000. All right, we're putting in 5,000 in Bitcoin, right? Actually, what's the average price? Okay, let's do $1,000, right? You're putting in $1,000 into Bitcoin, okay? And you're like, okay, should I wait till 103 or it's currently at 105? Let's say Bitcoin's at 105. Bitcoin's at 105, right? 105, 1, 2, 3. And let's say Bitcoin goes all the way up to its new all-time high to 126, 126, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right. If you buy at 105 and Bitcoin goes to its new all-time high, I want everyone to see this, goes to its all-time high of 126, you will make $1,200. That's how much you make, $1,200 if you only invest $1,000. If you wait till it goes to 103, you'll make an extra $23. That's the price difference. An extra $23. Like that's it. Extra $23. Now, because Bitcoin's already at 105 right now, we don't know 110%. Like no one's a future teller, right? Like we don't know 110% is going to go down to 103. It might just go to 105 and then Donald Trump says something super bullish and then the market pumps up, right? We see every time he tweets, it moves the market. So one thing I tell myself is that people, everyone in my private community, I'll tell you guys this right now, you have to do the math. So you have to ask yourself, is potentially missing out worth the $23 difference? Because that's pretty much what you're debating. I'm like, oh, should I buy it now? Should I buy at this price? Well, what's the math say? The math says it's a $23 difference. Is that like, will that be the difference between you having your Bugatti and then you like, I don't know, on the TTC, right? Like, it's not that big of a difference. So then you buy. So one thing I always advise everybody, right? As soon as I start like helping anyone in crypto and like my private community, one thing I always say is that we always have to look at the numbers. Always look at the numbers because the numbers will tell us if it's even worth taking the trade. Certain trades aren't even worth it. You're like, this is even worth my time. Let me move on to the next crypto project. Other ones, it's actually worth it. And then now we look at actual price again in our get out at. All right. You guys like that? You guys like that? Yo, give me a fire emoji if you're like, you know what? That was a good lesson. That was a good little lesson you just shared with me, Naicke. I like it. Drop that fire emoji in the chat, you guys. Drop that fire emoji in the chat. Oh, that's what you got. Ready, drop the fire. Yes. Let's go, Big Mike. Drop the fire. Thank you, Big Mike. Samu Jesus. I don't know if I said that right. I'm so sorry, brother, if I butchered your name. Drop the fire emoji. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys know what you have to do if you want to learn crypto from me. The link is always in the bio. All right. All right, next things first. Next things next. What's the next thing we're going to talk about, you guys? The next thing we want to talk about is Ethereum. What is going on with ETH, you guys? What is going on with ETH? Now, I will say it right now that if you're brand new to crypto, you don't know what crypto project to buy, right? I always say if you have no idea what crypto project you should buy, one crypto project you should look at is Ethereum. And I want to talk about this, right? Because one thing to pay attention to is what are the whales doing? What's big money doing? And what are the people doing that have been in crypto for a very long time? Are they buying or are they selling, right? Remember that. We have to watch that. Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. All right. I just had to be able to see you guys on TikTok better, and now I can see you guys. So the one thing I would say is, what are the whales doing? What is large money doing? What is big money doing? What are the people that have held on to crypto for a long time? Because there's literally Twitter accounts that will tell you what whales are doing. What I mean by whales, it means people that have a lot of money invested. When I say a lot, I'm not talking about like, oh, $500,000. I'm talking about like 7 figures, 8 figures amount invested in crypto, right? So here we can see Tom Lee, Bitmine, has purchased 766 Ethereum worth approximately almost $30 million. They just bought $30 million of Ethereum. Jeez. Now, ETH. Hang on, my music stopped. That Kanye West in the background stopped. Let me press play. All right. So I wanted to look at ETH. What is going on for ETH? Institutions are still accumulating ETH. So is it still possibly a good time to buy ETH? Could we possibly see ETH continue to run up? So first things first, let's do a little TA on ETH. See its current price action. See, where is ETH going? All right, let me show you guys a little hack. I'm gonna tell you guys a little hack with crypto right now because crypto's going down. People are tell you guys a little hack with crypto, right? Yesterday night, I posted in my community, blah blah blah, talking more about December, and I said right now we may still see prices drop. If you looked at how the international market performed, it will give you an indication of how our market is going to perform as well, right? So if you look at the Asian market, you look at the European market, and you see the way they perform before daytime, our time, you already know what's gonna happen. Good morning, Dennis. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Didn't I tell you Bitcoin was gonna? Good work, Danny. I hope you took profit, bro. I hope you took profit then. Um, so now let's look at ETH real quick. ETH is moving down. What is going on with Ethereum? All right, so there's the ETH chart. You guys can see ETH is currently at that 3,591. All right. So now ETH broke this major level of support. This area was major for Ethereum, right? Because every time Ethereum hit this price range, what happened with ETH? It hit this range, up, ran away. Hit this range, up, ran away. Hit this range, up, ran away. Hit this range, then it ran back toward the upside. Now, we know what this is. We won't talk about that. And we know after this happens, we expect to see a lot of sideways movement. But now we've dipped a little bit below. So how low can Ethereum possibly go? Well, if we look at our TA, ETH typically hit this range, which was that 35 before it ended up running back up. So now we're making our way to that $3,500 price ETH. Now, keep in mind, last time we hit this range, look what happened. We got close to it. Oh, then prices ran a little bit back up. We hit that range, prices ran up. We hit it here. I don't remember what happened here. It has to be like political news. Something must have happened. I don't recall what happened. What was this? August, the first week of August. I don't know what happened here, but went just below and then prices ran up. Here we consolidated. We ran up. So we know Ethereum at 3,500, and it's a psychological level of support as well, is fairly strong, right? Is fairly strong. Now, this goes back to what we talked about before. Oh, should I now buy Ethereum now, or should I wait for Ethereum to go to $3,500 price range? Number one, do the math. All right, do the math. Like, see what it is. I can tell you guys right now, it's between, what is that? Right now, Ethereum's at 3,500 versus, it's not a big difference, literally less than $100. So we know it's gonna be like pennies on the dollar, right? Unless you invest like a significant amount of money, like you put in like $500,000, then like, yeah, every single penny that moves is gonna like, it's a big amount. So what if you DCA? Yep, you can definitely do that. You can definitely DCA. Dante said, good morning. Which broker are you using? So Dante, when you ask that question, it makes me think you come from a stock trading background. In crypto, this is crypto. So we don't use brokers. They're called crypto exchanges, right? They use crypto exchanges. So this right here now, this isn't a crypto exchange. This is called TradingView. It's just tradingview.com. It's just a website where you can go to analyze the market. So it's just where you go just to analyze. Look how prices are moving up and down, draw your lines, draw your different patterns, your different structure, compare different assets. But if you're asking me which exchange I think you should use to trade crypto, I would ask you first, what country do you live in? And based on the country you live in, then I can tell you which ones are good and which ones are bad. So yeah, Halmy said if you DCA, yeah, you can DCA. What about Sol? I just finished Sol, Blake. We just talked about Sol for like past 15 minutes. So with you live in Canada. All right, so you live in Canada, Blake. So check out, this is the exchanges I would recommend for you if you live in Canada. Um, use use NDAX, right? You can use NDAX. This is one you can use since you're in Canada. Right here, you can use NDAX. Another one you can use since you're in Canada is you can use Kraken. Since you're in Canada, you can check out Kraken. And then another one you can use if you're in Canada, Newton is another one you can use. For all my Canadians out here. Yo, bro, Canadians, for all my Canadians, is it just me, bro, or is it getting super depressing outside right now? Super depressing outside. Oh my God. It's getting that time of year where you wake up at like 5 in the morning and it's dark. And then it's like 5 p.m. and it's dark. Oh my gosh. You guys, I already started. I was going to rent a place in Florida, but I'm like, I can't even like renting would be so difficult because you find the property, whatever, that's easy. But then it's like, now you have to furnish the property. And I'm like, bro, like I'm not going to sleep on then I got to furnish the entire house just to be there for like 3 months. And I'm like, bro, and then what do I do with all that furniture? So I'm like, okay, I have the Airbnb now. So it's like, so now I'm looking just for Airbnbs in Florida. I already started looking this weekend. I'm like, bro, this weather's too depressing. I did Airbnb. I tried an Airbnb for 3 to 4 months. I'm like, bro, Airbnb is like, I'm like, geez, Airbnb is not good for long term. You should go down to ATL. I considered Miami, I considered Vegas, and I thought about ATL. The only thing was I like warm weather, right? And Vegas, like ATL, you guys have warm weather, but like you guys, it gets cool. Like you guys get kind of like that cooly weather during January, February. So then I'm like, okay, Vegas or Florida. And the thing is, like my wife loves the beach, my kids love the beach, and Vegas is nice. So we're debating. We might do like 1 or 2 months in Miami, then like 1 month in Vegas. We'll see. However it goes. You can rent fully furnished places in Florida. Oh, you can? How do you do that? That's news to me. I didn't know. Like nice, fully furnished places? How do you do that? Like when I was looking into it, it seems like it was crazy. And then when I started looking at rent, I'm like, bro, I'm not going to pay 20K a month to rent. Okay, yeah. I'm like, and then I saw the place where it's like 20K a month for rent. I'm like, bro, I'm not like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm like 20K a month. I'm like, you know how much Ethereum I can buy for that? Like what? Just have a roof over. I'm like, no way. Sorry, bro. I don't care how. Like, just because you start making money doesn't mean you got to throw money away. Like, So then I'm like, I'm just gonna Airbnb at a spa, and I'm not gonna rent. I'm just gonna Airbnb for a few months. You know, decent pay like what 8,000 a month, but it's fully furnished, nice spot, you like it, reasonable price, and I'll pay 20K. Like these nice spots, people are paying 20, 30K a month. I'm like, nah, bro. Sorry. Sorry, those prices are crazy. I'm like, bro, just because you got money doesn't like 20, 30K a month on rent. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Imagine you can buy 30K of Ethereum right now. I can chill on that. What is that going to be in a few years from now? I'm like, okay. That's the problem. They start getting crazy price. Just buy the spot Airbnb. Yeah, Ron, you 100%. Hey, I use Binance. If I just buy crypto instead of trading, is that good than trading with the what? Okay. Oh, yeah, Ron. I literally like I looked at my more okay, so mortgage for like three of my houses. Okay, so I have one mortgage that's like The 2,000, another one that's like three. And okay, I literally did the math. I'm like, I don't know if it's me being cheap, but like I'm like, bro, this 1 month is like 3, 4 of my mortgages. Like it's like 3, 4 mortgages, like 1 month, and I'm like, ah. But then I'm like, I don't like the cold, so it's worth it. Yeah, it's Ron knows. Ron's like, nah, bro, it's crazy. Okay, now I know you guys were asking a bunch of questions. How do I learn trading with you, Lily? Click the link in my bio, and I'm having a free crypto class. And I share like trading strategies and also investing strategies. So all you gotta do is on my TikTok right here, me, new profile picture. Click right there. Bam! When you click right there, you get this little weird pop up. Voila! And then how everyday people are earning 6 figures in crypto without quitting their job using 3 simple strategies, starting in 3 days, 7 hours, and 55 minutes. So right here. So that is for you, Lily. And then someone else said mortgage is cheaper. 100%, bro. Ron's right. Your mortgage is cheaper. Uh, for that price, you can rent a condo at the Trump Tower. It's facts. You guys, like, if you go on Airbnbs and look at like luxurious properties to rent, I'm like, bruh. I'm like, come on, you guys. Like, um, so it's crazy. Okay, the other question that was asked, yes, like top notch. Okay, that was me and Ron talking. How do you learn to trade? You should do ATL. Nathan, are you in ATL? Is that why you said that? Nathan should do ATL. Okay. Now, what question did I miss? What question did I miss? I'm just gonna go through the chat. You guys, if you guys say something and I don't answer you, don't get offended. I'm not ignoring you. All I'm doing is going through everybody's questions in chronological order. Okay. Next question was, hey, I use Binance. If I just buy crypto instead of trading it, that's good than trading. Okay, so call me. Well, you're talking about two different things. You're talking about investing. So investing is when you buy a crypto and you hold it for a very long time, right? You buy, you hold it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Like that's investing, right? Kind of like if you scroll up, let's say you bought let's switch this to the daily chart. Let's say you bought Bitcoin, you bought Ethereum. Since we're on the Ethereum chart, we're gonna talk about Ethereum all the way here back in 2022, right? You bought it back in 2022. Now it's going to be 2026 almost, right? Throughout the years, it's gone up. That's called investing. You bought it and it went up. Trading is when you buy it and you sell it within a shorter period of time. So, for example, you can buy today on a Monday and then you can sell it on a Friday, right? That's trading. Or you can buy today on a Monday and then you can sell it today on a Monday, right? So that's trading. So investing versus trading is just based on time, right? The time in which you're holding that asset before you sell it is right. Uh, boss, I'm ready to invest. Please mentor me. Yeah. So the link is in the bio. The link is in the bio, you guys. The link is in the bio. Panama Suite. Panama Suite. Panama Suite. Everybody who's asking for the mentor, the coaching, the lessons, the free strategies, all of that. Like I said, just go on the TikTok right here, click right there, click right there. Boom. You got a name and an email address, sign up, and I got you. That's happening in 3 days where I share the specific strategies. Right now, it's just pretty much Q&A that I do when I come on live to help you guys, whatever you're struggling with. But there's like the strategies that I teach there. Okay. Answered that. What's the next question? 100%. If you know absolutely nothing, I got you. If you know absolutely nothing, um, If you know absolutely nothing, I will pay you for a one-on-one. You don't gotta pay me for a one-on-one. Thank you for though. I appreciate that. But just be there for the crypto lesson. I guarantee you're gonna learn a lot. It's really gonna help you. You'll learn strategy. You'll learn techniques. You'll learn how about crypto project. I did over 100x. Like I shared some good stuff there. Um, Crypto project where I was able how I trade. Like yeah. So you'll learn it. You'll learn it. Trust. I got you. I got you. And if you have any personal questions where you're like, man, I really gotta know this answer, Panama Suite, just send me a DM. Just send me a DM on TikTok, and then just ask your questions. Um, is trading crypto meaning future? No. So trading crypto doesn't mean future. Okay. So check it out, you guys. I remember being new to. Know what I like about you guys, and when you guys ask questions, it reminds me when I was new and I needed help, and I remember how frustrating it was because no one was there to help me, and like it was so difficult, and everyone on crypto didn't like. Everyone else just wanted me to. Okay, but yeah, so I like when you guys ask me questions because I'm like, I remember. I remember when I wanted to know that. So I will explain futures for you because for me, I'm like, what's futures? What's crypto futures? Da, da, da. Okay. So in crypto, you can make money in two different ways, right? Let's move this up and just push this all the way up. Hang on. We'll push this up. You can make money in crypto when prices goes down. Sorry, you can make money in crypto when price goes up. We all understand that. Very simple. Crypto goes up, we make money. You can also make money in crypto when prices moves down, right? When prices moves up, for you to make money, right? There's only one way of making money. This is called spot. SPOT. It's called spot. Now with spot, when crypto goes down, you lose money. So L stands for losing. You lose money. There's something called futures trading, right? So put F for future, right? Let's put FUT. All right. So FUT stands for future. With future, you can make money when it goes up. It goes up, you make money. With future trading, if it goes down, you can also make money. So you make money when it goes up and down. All it depends on is where do you have your money? Do you have your money in a spot account or do you have your money in a futures account? Now, what are some platforms that allows you to do spot trading and future trading? Here are some right now. Blowfin. All right. Blowfin is one. Allows you to do spot trading and future trading. And then I'll give you guys a disclaimer. BitUnex is another one. It allows you to do spot trading and it allows you to do future trading. So you make money with prices going up and prices going down. All right. We got that. Now, here is the disclaimer. If you're brand new to crypto, let me go back to, I have so many tabs open. If you're brand new to crypto, this automatic no. Don't even try this. Don't even do this. Don't do this. If you want to do this, if you're like, no, Naicke, I don't care, I want to do this, then do it on 1x. What do you mean 1x? Because when you use futures, they let you borrow other people. They let you borrow money, right? So this is how people end up losing all their money because they only put in $1,000. They're like, oh, with $1,000, I can borrow up to 100x of my initial principal, right? So meaning I put in $1,000, I can borrow up to $100,000. So now I'm trading with $100,000. But if you don't know how to trade, you're gonna end up losing all your money, right? So if you're gonna do future and you're brand new, do 1x. So 1x, if you do the math, what's 1,000 times 1? Well, 1,000. So you're not really borrowing money, right? Like you're just using pretty much what you have, just so you know, hey, I can make money when price goes down, sell, make your money, just so you can get your foot wet. So if you are gonna use futures, just use 1x max, just so you can get used to it. Yes, BitUnex. Some of these basic questions can be found in a quick Google search or just ask ChatGPT. That's true, Justin. You're right. But bro, sometimes people just want to ask somebody, you know? Sometimes it's just better to ask someone, interact with someone. You welcome. You welcome. Call me. Okay, now the crypto project we're talking about next. What was it? Cause we were talking about all these things and what are we talking about next, you guys? 165 sold. Didn't expect this much of a drop. Something must be happening. BTC is holding up fairly well right now. Sol dropped to 160. Sol dropped to 165. It's bounced at 168 right now. So 168. So it's clearly here. Technically, now that Sol's here, it could potentially drop all the way to 159. It could potentially drop all the way to 159. But this type of this is just a straight drop. So something has to be happening because the entire market's going down like this. Yeah, something's happening. I have to see what it is. Jeez, that crypto drop. Here's the thing though, that a lot of people, rate cuts are high. Here's the thing though, like when people see crypto going down, a lot of people panic and worry. But the thing is you have to build up the strength of seeing prices go down and buying. Because you're not going to make money buying every time crypto's pumping. Like how many times, ask yourself, how many times have you seen crypto go down? You're like, man, I want to buy. But you're scared, you're worried, and you don't buy. And then the next day, 2 days later, 3 days later, prices have ran up so much. You're like, oh, dang, I should have bought. Nah, dang, I knew I should have bought, but I didn't buy, right? This is how crypto works. We have to buy it when it's down, and then you sell when it's up. Right? That's how it works. When the government got into the crypto market, that's when the downfall comes. Um, well, yeah, you're right. The government getting into crypto. Call me said that's me. Yeah, you got the. Yeah, same here. I think my buy limit activated as well. My buy limit on Solana. um, what's it called? Yeah, so it's you have to get over that fear, and until you get over the fear of seeing crypto red and buying, you're never gonna achieve your crypto goals. You're never, if you see prices red and you're like, and you can't buy, you're not gonna crush it. We all it's common sense, right? When I say it, it's common sense. Yeah, when prices goes down, you wanna buy it because it's at a discount. And then when prices goes up, that's when you sell it and you make your money, right? Common sense. Of course. Duh. Of course, Nike. But when it's actually time to do it, a lot of people get scared. And you have to build that. So how do you overcome that? Right? So here's a little thing of what you can do to overcome that. And this is what I did. When I was brand new to crypto, you guys can't see, but on the back right there, I have a $5 bill. I have a $5 bill way back there. That's what I have. And the reason why I have a $5 bill, because when I got into crypto, and I learned man, I have to buy when prices are down. That's when to buy. I was so stinking scared to buy because I didn't want to lose my money and I didn't really understand how do you trade and invest and make money. I only put in $5 because that's all the money I put in, $5. But guess what? That $5 ended up turning all the way to $12, and I was the happiest human being in the world. I was so hyped. Yeah, I was, oh my God, I ran outside barefoot because when I checked my phone, I saw it was $5. I was hyped. I ran out, yeah, I made $12. I was so hyped, right? And I know it's okay, you made $12. That's not a big deal, right? But that's why I keep that $5 because I remember when I finally hit my first six figures, like I put that $5 to remind myself, like, all right, you see, like small and simple things, like just start with what you have, even though it was so small. But that $5 gave me proof, like, okay, I can do it with five. And I started thinking, man, if I had more money, I would have made more. If I put in like $1,000, how much would I have made? If I put in like 5,000, how much would I have made? Right. So that's why if you're new, right, prices are going down. You have to get used to buying. But if you're scared and you don't know how much you put in the smallest amount. Like put in like $10, put in $15, put in $20. Just put in just that small amount. Because you know if you lose 10, $15, it's not a big deal. But just so you can overcome that fear. And after you can put in 10, 15, then get to that point where you can put in 100. Then you get to that point where you can put in 500. Then get to that point where you can put in 1,000. Then get to that point where you can put in 10K. Then get to that point where you can put in 15 and 20K. And then you just build from there. Um, no, when I say buy, I don't mean invest. I just mean buy. Right? Like just buy. Like just putting your money in. I'm about to do the same. Uh, I just bought more Link. Oh, good, good. You bought Link. That's good. That's good. We behind the dips. We behind the dips. Yeah, I think I'm not I'm not that hyped over the month of November, to be honest. Like November isn't the month that really has me hyped. What I think is the month I'm expecting we will see something pretty nice. I'm leaning more towards December. Right? I'm leaning more toward December being that month where we see where's the where we see like something nice happen. I'm leaning more toward December, right? Because October was a failure, right? Even though historically it should be an amazing month, right? And then we have November that's already starting off absolutely horrendous, right? But I think December is going to be that month. And the reason why I think December is going to be that month because December lines up with the interest rates. And also December lines up with ending quantitative tightening, implementing quantitative easing. So I think December is the month. I feel like the market will start pumping early January. Early January? Huh. January? Latest. Yeah. I'm like, okay. It can't. I'm leaning more towards December. But regardless, Rose, I'm just going to call you Rose because that's all I see. Your profile is just a rose. Regardless, I think you and I have the same mindset where I'm expecting still a nice pump to happen. I'm still expecting a nice pump to happen. And everyone that bought during these times, we're going to be like, all right, we made it. Now, if we're completely wrong, just have risk management, have good risk management, dollar cost averaging. But I think we're still going to see a very nice pump. Oh, that was by accident. I meant to say December. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm betting. You guys, I might have to get going soon, you guys. I told my wife I would take her out for lunch today. Is there US people aren't getting paid and reflecting on the market? Huh. What's up, Faye? How you doing, girl? How you doing? How you doing? Faye, what do you mean by US people aren't getting paid? What does she mean by that? Is there some crazy strike in the US happening right now that I don't know about? Seems like institutions taking profits from the bull run this year. I have to see you guys. I'm on live stream with you guys. I have to go study. Like I have to go see what's happening, right? So I have to find out. I have to go on my Twitter, do a little research. You have to go look at the whale wallets, see if they're selling or not. See what's happening with Trump. Was it something to do with China? Was it Japan? Like government shutdown, people are not getting paid, and it's almost Thanksgiving and Christmas. Oh, good point, Faye. Yes, take your wife to lunch. Whoever whoever said that, whoever said that Panama Suite, you're either number one, you're either a married person or you're probably a wife. You're either a married person or a wife or someone or you're are you a married person or a wife? I'm guessing you're either a married person, you're a wife. Let me know. Am I right? You're either a married person or you're a wife. Federal employees. LOL. Because like, a lot of people people don't know. That's your wife from another account. uh, that's so funny. That's my wife. Yo, bro, it might be. I know she just got on TikTok too. She just opened up a TikTok account last week or a few weeks ago. I don't even know her like her username or nothing. That might be her. Take your wife out for lunch. That actually might be her. That's funny. Oh, that's true. Massive companies are doing their layoffs. I saw Amazon doing their 30,000 employee layoff. That's crazy. That's 30,000. Oh yeah. Tariff messed us up, bro. Bro, tariffs did us dirty. Tariffs did us dirty this bull run. Oh my gosh. Tariffs did us dirty this bull run. Big Mike, I actually saw a video. Amazon's pumping today. Amazon's pumping today, you guys. I actually saw an article that was talking a little bit about that. How the media is telling us is because of AI, but it's actually not because of AI. Right? Like the media is telling us it's because of AI, but it's actually not. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Amazon skyrocketed. What the freak? Amazon. Whoa. Look at this. Look at this. Amazon. Oh, no, 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 no. I was looking down here. I'm like, what? And then they had that and that. Okay. 3% in one day. Yeah, that's a big pump. That's an for Amazon, that's a big pump. For Amazon, 3% in one day, that's a big pump. Lance said what's causing the Lance, to be honest, I haven't even researched what's causing the dump yet. I've been on live streaming with you guys. I haven't researched it. I have to research, find out what's causing the dump. Right? I have to find out. With an aggressive, I want to see what's happening. The first thing I look at is, first thing I look at, I go to Trump's Twitter page. I'm like, what's happening? First thing I look at, go to Trump's Twitter page. The second thing I look at is what's going on with China and the U.S. Right? That's the second thing I look at. What's happening? What geopolitics issues could be happening? Right? And then I start seeing, all right, is there earning reports? Right? Is there any earning reports? Is it something to do with the trade war? I look at big wallets, like, so yeah. So you guys, I think I covered everything I wanted to talk with you guys about overall. Though, was there any other questions anyone had that was like, oh my gosh, bro, you need to answer this before you leave, or else I'm gonna be stuck. Um, 570 million liquidation in crypto live. We were on stream. Yeah, I think we talked about that a little bit, Big Mike. I think we talked about it, right? Like if you look in the past 7 days, I mentioned this, right? Look in the past 7 days, you can see that there was a lot of 100x leverage, people expecting prices to go up, right? People were expecting prices to go up. And we all know when there's a lot of leverage, leaning significantly towards one side, what do, right? The boogeyman and his crew, they push prices down, causing liquidation. So all these people pretty much just end up losing all their money, right? So liquidation is definitely one of the reasons why we see markets crash a lot. Nana, you doing all right there? You're one of the few people who are on YouTube. So if you have any questions, Nana, let me know. I'll answer you. Because TikTok right now has a bunch of people on. So let me know if you have a question, Nana. Do you use CoinGlass? I do use CoinGlass. This is CoinGlass right now. Say like this website right here. This is CoinGlass live. Yep. This is one of the liquidation maps. It says right here, liquidation map. Liquidation map. All right. So that's all the questions everybody had. Okay, good stuff. You guys, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Link in the bio for everyone who wants free crypto class. Aside from that, remember, don't FOMO in. Don't get emotional and sell everything. Like, good risk management. If you have any private questions for me, just send me a DM and I answer them. Do you think the crypto market will bounce back? Is declining so hard today? Yes, time one. I do think the market will end up bouncing back towards the upside. Appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Have a blessed